this mic a little closer. Okay. Well, anyway, sorry. This is the second version of this stream because the first one I just messed up, so I gave up. Okay, so we're starting with this tree that we had left. I think last we left off yesterday. We were trying something different with the pine needles, and then it was turning out really ugly. So in the meantime, I modeled this little pine tree, or little pine needle thing. I have a gradient, and then I just instanced it onto the branches and kind of tinkered with the size a bit. And so now it's looking a lot better. Compared to how it was looking before. Like, this looks pretty nice, I think. I have it set to just like a little translucent, which from behind, when it's backlit, that looks really nice. When it's frontlit, it's really kind of ugly and muddy. Like, I actually prefer just a principled look when it's the lights head on, but maybe that can be tinkered with, or we could set up some type of shader depending on which direction you're looking at it. We could do something like that, I think. Yeah, we could do something like that. So, but that's not what I'm doing today. Today I'm going to lay out a shot. I have a little thumbnail of it. It's sort of the thumbnail of what it was, but it's basically this is from like a layout animation. It's like a late sun kind of low angle silhouetted shot of a forest. We're not going to be doing character animation today. We're just gonna be building the scene around it with this tree asset that we got, and so that'll be a lot of fun, I think. Let's start. Viewport camera. Aspect ratio. We could start with just 1080, I suppose. Let's make a ground. I kind of wanted it. It's pretty silhouetted, but I kind of wanted it looking up at a hill. You know, whenever you're hiking and just the ground's uneven and there's parts that are just so steep, that's what I was going for. So I guess I could see, I just scattered a little bit of stuff around here. This was for like a little render, but we don't really need that yet. Camera. Oh, I also have just these custom little notches at the top. Basically, now that we have this one tree asset, we're going to create variations of it, vary the branches, and then vary the color, so that way you can, get a lot of mileage out of just one asset. Move that out of the way. Probably change this ground too, because it looks way too wet in the render. Like, it looks like mud, and we don't want mud. I'll start, maybe, do I want to pull up the image? Yeah, I could pull up the image. Just so I have the reference here of kind of what we're going for. We're not going to follow it exactly, just because I don't think that's a very good workflow. I kind of like doing it, working with what you have, like, it's an iterative process, just the creative process. So it's like, this worked for just the layout of it and kind of see what the shot's going for, but you don't have to lock yourself to that whenever you're recreating and finalizing it. You can just kind of use it as a reference But sometimes you can even just do it from memory. Like a shot like this, I think it'd probably be better to do it from memory and just compose it with the actual scenery we're going to be composing it with. That's just my opinion, though. Do a hill. Just gonna spread this out. Turn out the passport. I like to turn off anytime I'm looking through camera. I like to make the outside of it black. That way you can actually see what's in the frame. Sometimes you can kind of just visualize the scene like that, you know, but it's not very helpful for visualizing the final shot, in my opinion. Do I want this wider? I kind of like it wider, actually. Yeah, something low to the ground. I do kind of like, we'll play around with the lighting. There's somebody mowing the lawn outside. So, because this is taking up a lot of the frame, but I do like the negative space in the shot of having a lot of the frame covered up in just darkness. Let's see how it's looking now. Let me rotate the lighting. I don't even know if we can use I don't even know if we can use a HDRI for this, because I kind of want a, unless we get, we could try a different one. Because I do want a really exaggerated lighting. Use it as a base, and then probably just do like a sun lamp on top of it. And something a lot like pink. Like kind of pink-red sky is what we're going for. Try this. Load it in. Oof. So which direction is the light coming from? Direction. It's a little ambient. A little too ambient in my opinion, but because we're not going to actually use the sky also. We're just using this as a base light. This will be done in compositing as well to really cramp up the contrast. Aces. I want this to be dark, like dark. Let me add a little, add some compositing onto this. I don't have the sky backdrop yet either. I could put in a temporary sky. Try this one. Found a Creative Commons sky. Oof. Ooh. That contrast is high. So this won't be the sky we use in final, because I want the clouds to have a little bit more style to them. Ooh. Looks like there's a little. Ooh. Ooh. No blue at all. Compositor. I had just like a slight. Yeah, I'm feeling that. We'll need more stuff on the forest, although it's so dark that you can't even, like, you can't even see it. So a lot of the displacement is making the unevenness that we need. But I do kind of want some rocks and stuff around, you know? Know what I'm saying? What is this? Chromatic aberration. Okay. anyways. Retime? Retime? I don't know what that is. I don't know. They just changed the compositor. Very cool. Something more foreground. I think I'll also turn on simplify because I have all the little micro displacements in, which I don't think I need right now. So I'll just turn it off. So I'll just delete that because I want. Oh, wait a minute. It's supposed to be fall time, so some dead trees. They're gonna be helpful. I don't want a big obnoxious trunk in the way. I don't know if I do. What I want is, let me give this a different. Yeah, I'm gonna need more smaller like trees and stuff on the ground. The ground looks very plain. Very, very plain. I saw a technique by Gleb Alexandrov where he basically would make the shot high contrast. This is like whenever you're composing the image, just to see how it balances, because you can kind of just get numb to it after a while. But he turned the image black and white and then ramped up the contrast and then mirrored it. and so that way you're just seeing shapes. And then you can kind of lay out and adjust some things, and then whenever it's turned off, it helps you to kind of see how the image is working on a different level. Look at this floating tree. Oh, I can't adjust it. Huh. Well, I can raise the ground so that the tree isn't floating. How about that? Also, let me save this. We need little bushes. Little bushes on the ground. What do baby pine trees look like? Oh, they look like the big pine trees, except smaller. Okay. Oh, let me add in my character also. Jam things up a little bit. No? Nice. Get this rig. Oh, why is this not attached? Let me move all these little widgets and doodads to our hide layer. Because that's what we do, right? These shoes are just temp models, but they look like they're really bright, so I'm just gonna give them the dark brown. Let me just swap it out with the correct models later. Have a box with her also. She doesn't have any props with her. She's supposed to have a box and then like a bag, like a backpack. But anyway, we're gonna do the animation later. This is just to see her in frame. compositor actually. Adjust this tree. Because if the image is working without the compositor, then when all the little layers and stuff are on top of it, it's just gonna be extra working. I need more little shrubs. Could I actually make with the sapling thing? No, not a pin. Oh man, they're just changing so much. They're changing Blender so much. Do they call add-ons extensions now? I must have missed that because I just downloaded 5 and then I keep looking for add-ons and then it's they call it extensions. But then they still have an add-ons tab. Huh. I kind of want to look that up actually, so I know. Blender add-ons. Renamed? Question mark? Officially updated. It's been like that since 4.2? Oh, that was a while ago. How did I not notice? Goodness. Did y'all notice that? The add-ons have been renamed, apparently. Oh, anyway. Here's this. Try that again. Sapling. Turn down that curve resolution. Branch splitting. Turn that down. Oh. I just want some little shrubs. I like this. Oh, do they have presets? Small pine. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Leaves. I have a bad habit of not naming stuff when I'm working on it. But it's amazing how it just makes everything simpler. I might even want the pine needles spread all across the ground. Could be a better thing. We don't want the... There we go. We don't want the displacement on the little one because it's just making these weird, crunchy, chewy looking trees. So, let me just duplicate this one around a little bit. We'll get some mileage out of it. How close can it get to the camera? Or it can be like a treetop from far away, from across the hill. I think I am getting a spam call, so I will not answer it. I'm gonna scatter the... Scatter the pine needles onto the surface. Let's see, size, density. Why is it so big? There we go. Yeah, we want them lying down. Size way smaller, something like that. We want random rotation. There we go. This is the new, the geometry nodes modifier, where it's actually just like a GeoNodes preset, because we're trying to make it a little more practical, because geometry nodes is such a pain to work with. I don't know, I guess it's very powerful, and I see people do amazing stuff with it, but it's very hard to get into. And it seems like it's slowing down. Initially, like with every version, they would just change the names of everything. All the nodes would change, and what could plug into what would change. And it was pretty difficult to get a grasp on what was going on. That it seems like it's starting to normalize a little bit. This 9, 20. What does this look like with? Bump. The image feels a little unbalanced, doesn't it? Maybe that glow's too strong now that I see it also. Saturation. Make it more yellow. I don't want it clipping. Do I want it clipping? No. That's unprofessional. But it looks better. Guess I'll deal with that later. I think this area is a little dull. I had kind of like a rock there that she sat on. Let me find a rock model. Load more. I'm looking on Sketchfab for a model of a rock that I can download. That's too big, probably. Is it? Yeah, because there's like trunks of trees in this. You can't just like get it and scale it down. Or could I? Yeah, probably not. It's cool looking terrain though. Rock fence. An assortment of rocks. The rock. Moss covered. Ooh, moss covered rocks. Get on fab. Terrain. Beach rocks. Protruding rocks. Wonder how this would look. Could try it. That out of the way. Where did it go? Import FBX. Protruding white rock. Over here. There you are, source. Extract. having the having the stream up, so if anybody comments anything, I don't miss it. Let's see, these colors are not. Coloring. Don't crash. Don't crash. It wants to crash. Oh, it doesn't want to crash. Okay. Let me just set it to material preview for a second. Why did that not get color? There we go. So you can see. Wow. What's a good angle? Is this a good angle? Let's move it down here. Y'all seen the mesh blending thing? There's like a tool, I think Unreal has it, and then I've seen some people do it in Blender, but where basically the seams of two different meshes just kind of blend together where they contact. And so stuff like this, where you're just dropping one asset on top of the other, it blends it very well. If it's a little more pointy, it can kind of make like a pointing line. Pointing line to her. I feel like this is not, not composed very well. Oh, and that rock's gonna draw attention to itself, which is not what we want. Let me do a... No? This. Feel the composition. It does feel a little off balance this way, a little heavy. If I move the trees inward. Space them out more. Or add another. Behind. I don't know if I want a tree that generic to be that front and center. Yeah. Maybe not this tree. Can I just scale down one of these? I feel like the scale's not gonna work. Huh. Oh, I don't know what this is. It's way too dense. So now the silhouette of it's ugly. Yeah, I don't like a tree being there in the foreground actually, so maybe I just want a background tree. Right now I'm just kind of duplicating this pine needle asset. I could probably put it in front of this rock too. No, if I'm putting anything front and center, I kind of want one of these. Just because there's a little more detail on these needles. Why does it do that? Oh, because it's set to its z-axis. I was like, when I'm rotating it, it just kind of jitters in this weird way. And reorients, which is not what I want. Excuse me a moment, I had a burp. It's getting there. This rock is too silvery. I'm going to color tint it because I want a very like monochromatic shot. Right. Doesn't have to be black, but yeah, just a little something. If I add a tiny little light here, this will probably not work because I don't want these needles to be a focal point. I just wonder if it would look nice. I don't know, what do y'all think? Let me go back to this other one. But now it's ruining like the silhouette type of thing. Yeah, it's better without it. It's making a weird like frame within a frame. I'm probably pushing this too far anyway, but do I want a vignette on top of this? I do want that. I think I want more of these scattered. I'm trying to break up this like right angle shape that I'm seeing. What is that? Because you don't get a lot of right angles in nature. I'm liking this. Do we want grain on top of it? I don't. What are we thinking? Yeah, before, after? This looks like video game remasters, where it would be like an original Xbox or PS1 or something, and then like the recent. But it's the same levels. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that for now. How does the flip test work? It looks fine to my eyes right now. I'll see. I'll leave and come back to this and then see how I'm feeling about it. I'll probably rearrange some stuff, but not a bad stream for just 1 hour of work. Alrighty, I think I will cut this out. Thank y'all for sticking around, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. I'm gonna do this again. Alrighty, adios.